Am I? I mean, ready's a relative term. Ready? Am I ready? Like, am I totally, incredibly prepared for this? I mean, maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe? Maybe not.
You know.
The answer is
Perhaps.
Man, this feels good, you know? Feels good to be back.
Feels good to be back, man.
Yep, totally. All right, what are we on? Episode 20?
Probably. I think so.
All right, let's get this.
Episode
This is 20.
2-0.
Let's get this.
We're gonna get this thing rolling.
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
We've been on hiatus. We've been on hiatus for, maybe roughly about a month now?
It feels
3-4 weeks? It feels like forever, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. It's a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, but we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yep.
With a vengeance.
With a vengeance. We're ready to pound the pavement with ideas.
That's for sure.
Yeah, share some knowledge with you.
Yeah, so I ended up having a baby. So
Yeah.
I took 2 weeks off and now I'm back.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, and he's doing well?
He's doing
Good
good.
boy?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's just kind of chilling out.
Chilling out. Doing what babies, eating
going to
food.
the bathroom and sleeping.
Yeah.
And it.
So, needless to say, it's probably been really tough to get out there and do some running.
Yeah. I think this is an appropriate podcast for me. What would I do if I couldn't run?
If you couldn't run.
Because right now I'm not doing a whole lot of running.
It's tough.
You
It
know?
really, really is tough.
Yeah.
And your wife, it's got to be tough for her.
Oh yeah.
Because even if she could run, she's still recovering, and it's tough. It's tough to get back out there. It'll be a while actually. before she can actually
She's
do it.
probably got like another 3 weeks, 4 weeks before she can even start to think about
You
it.
just like think about it. I'm sure she's thinking about it though.
Oh yeah.
Has she talked about it?
Yeah, we already got a race we're gonna sign up for in July.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's ambitious.
Yep, she's pumped.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's been fun. How's your running going though? Good?
It's going well. I'm doing it, which is important. It's been good. Yeah, I went on a 10-miler yesterday. It was nice. Felt real tired by the end of it. I think I was a little bit dehydrated, but yeah, it was good, and it has been good. So I'm happy that I can get out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's something to think about when you're running now. Now that it's a little warmer.
I know.
Hydrating.
Yep, I know. So I tried to do my best, but I didn't. I don't think I did. I should have done it kind of midway through the run, but I really didn't. So I
Do
kind
you
of
like carry?
fell short.
Would you carry something, or would you stop at like a?
Both.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll stop somewhere, and sometimes I'll carry. I decided not to carry it, and that's probably a mistake because I was running in an area that I don't usually run in, and it was on the other side of town because I dropped my car off to get my car inspected. So I figured, well, let's do. Instead of waiting around, I might as well just run at that time. So, I didn't have as many, I didn't scope out places I could stop in and get drinks and, parks that had water fountains. So, yeah. But it was good though. I got it done and just hydrated afterward. Just tried to hydrate through the rest of the day. So.
That's cool.
Yep.
One time I was running with a buddy, and it was a really hot day,
Yeah.
and it was like.
Don't tell me he drank out of like a public spring or a brook or something.
No. I don't know if it's worse than that. But what he did was we were, we're running, and it was really hot, and he usually carried water with him, but I think I convinced him to not do that. I don't know why, but I was like, come on, man, you're tough, you can do it.
Yeah.
Just get through this without carrying water. And then he was like so parched that he just went to some random house and just got on their hose and
Really?
took a drink. Yeah, I was like, that was a bold move. What if they came out?
I know, really.
Yeah. Pulled in the driveway like you're sucking on their hose while they're out. So, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Right. Oh yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
You gotta stay hydrated, even if it means sucking on some stranger's
Somebody's hose going to a random house. I know somebody did that when I knocked on a random door and asked if they could use use their bathroom. That was crazy. And you know what? They let him.
Wow. Wow.
They let him, and
Did he number 2?
yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, according to him, he exploded. So I was like, that's really nice of those people. They probably wouldn't repeat that same favor to a random stranger. Yeah, that was a while back. We were kids. We were in high school. We were running. And,
Oh man, that's terrible.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And, you know, I was an innocent enough looking kid. You know, so yeah, I don't know. So it was funny. I could not believe it. I don't know how he had the guts to do it, but
Yeah,
I couldn't bring
I was
myself.
so pissed when they came out. And,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
they're like, man, we shouldn't have done
Yeah.
that.
I know,
You
really.
have to get some aerosol.
That's right. Yeah. Last time you do that. So.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what are we talking about today, man?
So today, I think we're talking about what if you couldn't run?
Yeah.
You know?
Like if you went to a doctor or something and they were like, hey man, your running days are over. Is this like a long term?
Yeah, well, I wonder about that. Like, I mean, if it's short term, you know, we've all had that situation. I know plenty of runners now who are like suffering it out, you know, in the short term, where, you know, they're physical therapists when the doctors are telling them they have to take a break for various injuries, or they can't because every time they keep going out there, they keep getting injured and the pain doesn't go away. So on the short term, it's just not fun, but also in the long term.
Yeah. I think usually when I can't run, I go a little crazy.
Go a little
Get
stir
nuts.
crazy?
Yeah, I get a little nuts.
Yeah.
I need to do like something to keep something physical.
Yep.
Ideally, it's some sort of repetitive exercise, like running or cycling or swimming or like rowing, something that's got some like rhythm to it.
Yep.
Just to help me kind of mentally get.
I know. Because I just couldn't, and I've been in that situation where I've had some sidelining injuries, and it just puts you out. Going from running to nothing, it's just, it's hard to do. It really is hard to do. So I gotta do something to, you know, whether it's, you know, for me, it's, some people will swim, some people might try to walk if they can, you know, but that sometimes if it's an injury, that sometimes irritates an injury. For me, a bike, stationary bike, you know, is usually okay.
It's lame.
Yeah, but it just,
It's all lame.
right, but nothing, you know, you talk to a runner and they get injured, it's like nothing takes the place of running.
Right.
So you gotta do something. So if it's an injury, you know, it feels like they have to
Gotta
do
do
something.
something.
To stay relatively fit,
Right.
to kind of, you know, take care of the endorphin buzz, you know, the endurance bug.
Yeah.
So,
You ever, you mentioned swimming, do you ever try running in the pool?
I haven't, but I know people who've
Do you
done
do
that.
some rush miles in the pool?
So you just go into a regular pool?
Yeah, so I was, when I first got introduced to it when I was in college, it's funny, I was doing an indoor track workout, and my coach noticed me like very much limping while I was doing it,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm not limping, what are you talking about? And then he's like, stop running. And then he made me go run in the pool.
Yeah.
So like, some people use like an aqua jogger belt thing, but he just said, just go run. And then I found it was the worst thing in the world to just be running in a pool, staring at like a wall or a clock, and just like trying to get your heart rate up, but knowing it's not going to get close to where it was, and then like looking at other people having fun in the pool
Because they're swimming.
because they're swimming,
And they're enjoying
or they're
themselves
like
because they
doing
like
water
to do
aerobics, like
Yeah.
the old people at the gym, you know?
Yep. Synchronized swimming.
So yeah, but it was like terrible. So I had to do that for like a couple months, and then was able to get back to running. But what's interesting is like I found it horrible and awful. But then I found when I was like running, like trying to be like really fit and trying to like run really fast, I found that running in the pool was a good way to add mileage without adding impact.
Yep.
Without
So-
risking injury.
So it was a supplement or a training tool, right? In that sense, it was okay.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to totally, but it didn't do the job of replacing running altogether.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So it was good. Yeah. Even though it was torture and awful, I found that if I did it in like small spurts as like supplemental, it was fine. But if it was something I couldn't run at all, and
Yeah.
that was the thing that just didn't do it for me.
Yep.
You know. But running in the pool, man, you should try it out.
Okay.
It's awful.
Try it out. It sucks.
It's like when someone tries to give you something to eat, and they're like, "Yeah, this tastes terrible. Try it." No.
Right, I'm not gonna. There's
Why
no
would
way.
I do that?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I guess a stationary bike can kind of be like that too for me. I always found that it was monotonous. I've tried. What is it? The rowing machine or the elliptical?
Oh.
An elliptical,
Yeah.
elliptical, same thing. It's less impact, but it just doesn't. It's hard to do.
Yeah. Do you ever try one of those stationary bikes that has the like video where you like ride through?
No, but that sounds kind of cool. Yeah, I know of those, and some treadmills have those too.
Yeah, it's like a little video game.
Yeah.
So you like try to pass all these other bikes on there.
Yeah.
And the people are into like the Peloton thing. That's gotta be kind of fun.
Yep. That's wildly popular.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe that's
something to help distract,
Yeah.
and something to help get you through it. Yeah, it gets hard. Even a stationary bike, it's the same thing with you were talking about running in the pool. For me, it was like I can use a stationary bike as like a supplement, or like something to help with like on off days or to work certain parts of my core. But like to totally replace running with it, it's hard. It's hard.
It is.
But and the times that I've had injuries, it's like you kind of go through this whole psychology about am I really injured? Is this really serious? I really need to go seek professional help.
Right.
Kind of try to run through it. How many people do you know have an injury and they try to run through it?
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where they can't. And it's just terrible.
It is.
You start second guessing it, and then you're like, you start diagnosing and.
That's the worst. If you go onto like the Google and start looking up stuff,
Yeah.
you end up with.
And if you happen to go on,
Yeah,
if you go on the
cancer or
interwebs and
Yeah. Now
And then
that Ian did in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Big toe.
Oh, there's nothing worse than that. Right. It's just like, and then if you get into physical therapy and you're doing that, you're doing all your exercises, you're strengthening, and then it's just, then even that doesn't, you want to run, but you can't.
Right.
You're kind of being guided by that person, the physical therapist,
Yeah, I have a tough time with physical therapy. What I end up doing is I end up like going to the physical therapist and like crushing the workouts and all that, and then once I'm like done, I'm just like, nah,
right.
I'm not doing that at home.
It doesn't take place.
But it's not
Right,
not
then
good. You should do it.
You have to.
You have to.
There's
do it.
certain things you have to do at home, and there's like you have to do your homework. You
gotta do your homework.
so you could recover. Yeah.
But man, is that tough? Is that tough?
Yeah, you go crazy, and I know people like who've been training for marathons in the spring and going through some tough times. Trying to marathon train and manage like injuries, and having to take a break from their training and not knowing if they're going to get back into that training cycle or not. Just struggling.
I think that something like, I forget what they say, but something ridiculous like 70% of runners get injured at some point. And so like
Yeah.
just finding something to kind of replace running while you're injured can be so tough.
Yep. And
I think the best way to avoid that is to try to prevent injuries if you can.
that's the thing. I mean, just trying to stay as proactive as you can with, with rest, core work,
Yep.
dynamic warm up, stretching, foam rolling. It's all important stuff. It might not necessarily feel like it when you're doing it, but it's all to try to prevent injury.
Right.
And even then, nothing's foolproof.
That's true, man.
And you gotta listen to your body. It's hard. Runners don't necessarily have an easy time doing that because they don't want to stop. They want to keep doing it. So
Right.
it's hard to listen to your body.
It's true, but that's the key, man. Is listening to your body, backing off when you feel something. Because if you don't, then you keep plowing through, and that's when you get hurt, and then you're out for like 6 months instead of 2 days.
Yeah, and that's a long way off. And I've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the longest you've ever been out?
Well, I mean, when I got back into running, I got back into it with fury, and I was really into it, and I think I did a little too much, a little too soon. And this is back about 10, 11 years ago. And I got injured, and I was out for like 4 or 5 months with a hip rotator injury, which is really stubborn. And it was really, really hard to overcome that. But yeah, it was very crazy because I got back in the running again. I was like so psyched. Yeah, so it was like 4 or 5 months, and then I had it again the next year on the opposite side, and that was like probably another good 4 or 5 months. So yeah, I haven't had that since.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, some people, I was talking to a gentleman yesterday on my run, recognized him, stopped, I was talking to him. He had a hip problem that sidelined him pretty much throughout the winter. And he should get back out there, but he's been in physical therapy. He's still currently in physical therapy, doing all the exercises, and, it's been the whole winter for him. And know what he said too? He said he never really paid attention to his core, he just ran. And now he has an appreciation for strengthening all of his core, and he's going to be a better runner for it. He feels strong. It's great, cool, keep it up, and just don't neglect that. So
Yeah.
So for me, how about you? How long have you been sidelined with that?
With an injury, like not voluntarily, like I've not run for like 6 months, but that was just because I didn't want to run. But like an injury, I think, goodness, all like 3-4 months probably.
Yeah.
That injury I was talking about in college when I was in that indoor track season. Goodness. Sorry, I'm so yawny today.
Oh, you probably,
Born baby, I guess.
your sleep has been interrupted, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Having to,
Oof.
change baby,
Boy, has
rock the
it right.
baby.
Yep. So anyway, I got hurt, and then I took like 3 or 4 months off.
Right.
And it's a little bit of it's torture
Yeah.
when you want to run but you cannot.
Yeah.
Although we were talking to a friend the other day here at the shop, Adam. He mentioned that he found, what was the name of that exercise machine? Were you here when he was talking?
I was here, and you know what? I forget it.
I wrote it down somewhere, but I forget where I wrote it down. But he said he found the machine that helped him. It was like something like cross-country skiing.
It was kind of like the CrossFit. It was a cross between cross-country skiing and maybe an elliptical. But it got his heart rate up there, but there wasn't any real serious impact.
Yeah.
But it felt better and more natural than being on an elliptical. And a cross track, maybe?
Yeah.
I think it was called a cross track.
Cross track.
I don't know whether it's a brand name or
It's
the
a
type.
It's a Subaru.
It's a Subaru. He drove around a
He drove
Subaru and
around.
he got incredibly fit, and it was no impact whatsoever. You just have to hold on to the steering wheel and watch the road.
There you go. The
That's amazing,
Subaru
if,
cross track.
But I think it was called a cross track or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
So something like
Maybe we should hit that up next
Right.
time we get hurt.
I'm telling you, it sucks. It's rough.
Getting injured.
It's such a getting injured is such a head game, and you can't you get injured, you can't run. It's like, it just plays on your brain. But now here,
Yeah.
let's move on to something else,
Alright.
where the scenario where, what if your doctor tells you that you can't
Ooh.
run, like you got to stop running for whatever reason, not an injury, but like say for instance, bad knees,
Yep.
bad
Something
hips.
like that.
I know people who have knee replacements, hips, bad hips, hip replacement, and the doctor tells them not to do it, or what, like say, a heart issue, and the doctor says you can't run.
Ooh, you know what we should do, Ray? We should take a break, and
Okay.
then when we come back, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I think we're going to need a break before we start talking about that, because that's That's a
it's
terror
heavy.
situation. It's a
heavy.
horror situation. It's heavy stuff.
It's heavy stuff. So,
So-
let's take a break, take a breather.
Okay.
We'll come back. We'll hit people with that running hypothetical.
Ready for this?
In 3, 2, 1. We're back.
We're back.
And you had just hit us with one really heavy running hypothetical.
Heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff.
Yep.
So you just threw it out there like it was no big deal, but you go to the doctor
Yeah.
and you walk in, and the doctor tells you you're done running.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, like you said, could be a knee issue, could be a heart issue, could be any number of things.
Yeah.
But your doctor says, that's it, kid. No more running.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Oh my God. I speak to people who've had this situation. Runners. I mean, first up, it's just, I don't know that I would completely believe in. You know what I mean?
I do not.
You know, I feel like I'd be in. I'm gonna go through some denial. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think, well, you know, hey, if it's something having to do with my knees or my hips, right? You know, maybe I could figure that out. You know,
Yeah.
hip replacement. I know some people who've recovered from hip replacements, or you know, had a hip replacement and tennis, basketball, run again.
Yeah.
Knee replacements, people who bike, run again.
Right.
So
I think they, like, when you get your hip replaced, you become like superhuman.
You become like a bionic man or
Right.
woman.
Same
So-
thing with like a knee replacement.
Like
it
a
makes
cyborg.
you like a cyborg.
Right, you become a cyborg, and the materials that they're using nowadays are so high tech that really it's incredible.
Yeah.
But so I guess I would probably like try to think along those lines, like I'm gonna be able to do this again,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna be able to do
Now,
this.
would you
again.
go to like a second opinion? Obviously, third opinion, fourth opinion.
I'm gonna want to do a fourth, fifth,
Yeah.
and a sixth opinion, but probably that's not practical.
No.
You know, if it's a knee or hip, maybe a second opinion,
Hmm.
maybe a second opinion.
Yeah.
So
And then that guy's like, "Yeah, dude, you're done. You toasted."
yeah. Well, I mean, I'd still kind of think in the back of my mind that I'm going to be able to do this,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to be able to do this. I'd also maybe start thinking that, well, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, if I'm still a relatively healthy person, but I have an issue with my knee or my hip that, well, again, I won't be able to run again, then you know what? I guess I can accept that, I guess.
Right.
It would take me a while, but I think in the end I would think, well, you know what? It could be worse things, right?
That's
It
true.
could be worse.
You're still kicking.
Somebody's got it worse. You know
Right.
what I mean? I try to be positive in the sense that somebody has it worse, I'm going to get through it, and I'm going to figure out something else that I can do fitness-wise
Right.
to keep me going.
Keep you going.
Keep me physically fit and sane. So,
Mhm.
if it were something more serious, a serious health issue, like say for instance something wrong with my heart, ooh, you know,
It's a doozy.
it is a doozy. I would try to take that, you know, as calmly as I could, you know, and I certainly wouldn't want to push something like that, right?
No.
You know,
That's where you say, okay.
that's where you say, okay, well,
What can I do?
What can I do? What can I do? First of all, to see if we could get through this condition, you know. But I probably wouldn't defy the doctor's orders on.
Yeah, you don't mess with the heart.
Yeah, no. But I do know people who've had issues with their knees and with their hips, and
Mhm.
you know, the doctor says stop running, and they didn't stop running.
Oh, what
I
happened?
might be one of those people. You know what I
What
mean?
happened?
I never had that situation, but I think I might want to. I mean, I know some people who've actually gone out and actually continued running, and you know, kind of situation got a little worse or deteriorated a little bit quicker.
Mm.
Knee replacement, hip replacement. So that was probably coming anyway with those folks. You know, it just maybe sped up the process. You know, so yeah.
Man.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I would probably, what I first think of when, like, if I couldn't run or at all, first thing that popped in my head is that I would turn into George Costanza. I would just become like a short, kind of fat guy,
Okay.
and I wouldn't do much of anything, and then I would just be super depressed.
Yeah.
So that's what would happen to
It
me.
would be hard, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be hard just at this point in my life with the amount of running that I've been doing, for the period of time that I've been doing it. It's such an ingrained thing in my life.
Yeah.
You know. But
Yeah,
you know,
but
it would be really hard. It would be really, really hard, and I would be in denial. You know, it would definitely be blue. I have a good serious case of the blues.
right.
I might write some songs about it. You know what I mean? I'd do some
Yeah.
blues songs about not being able to run, huh?
Nice.
That ought to be cool.
They'll cheer you up.
Yeah, that'll definitely cheer me up.
But no, what I would probably do is like, okay, I go to my like regular doctor and they say I can't run. I probably would try to talk to somebody that I know, like a physical therapist that I'm familiar with and
Right.
have worked with.
That you
Try
trust.
to get like a second opinion
Yeah.
and try to figure out like, okay, if I can't run, what can I do?
Right,
Is there like another activity that I can use to replace running?
right.
You know, am I able to cycle? Could I go for, I don't know, a walk? Can I hit the elliptical? Am I able to hit a rowing machine? What are the things that I can do?
And that's what I would focus on in the end.
I
Yeah.
know.
What are those? That's wise. Like, what would you? You know, the things that you can do.
Because you know that highly successful people have one thing in common. They either meditate
Mhm.
or they do some sort of repetitive exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. And I think it's because it's a sort of meditation.
Yeah.
And it allows you to kind of free your mind up, think about other things, de-stress, et cetera, et cetera. So I think I would try to find another running replacement.
Yeah.
Something that I could do that would give me that, say, 30 minutes to an hour of repetitive exercise that'll allow me to de-stress.
Right.
And whatever it is cool. You know, it's just gonna have to be a different thing than
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. I mean, in the end, I'd be a little bit upset, a little depressed about it. I'd be in a little denial, but when it comes down to it, I would have to, do other things. I would have to accept it.
Right.
I would have to see what I would have to, change my life. I'd have to change my lifestyle, right? I would have to do something.
You'd have to invest in some spandex shorts with a big pad on the butt.
Yeah, I've done that. I was a mountain biker for a long time.
A little
So.
helmet
You know what I mean?
action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You just
you know.
gotta switch it up. Become
Yeah.
a cycler.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun cycle groups and stuff, right? I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cycling clubs, teams.
You know the bummer about cycling is like just the workout is harder. Like it's longer, it takes more time.
Yeah,
Which is kind of a bummer.
right.
Like if you want to get the same effect as a run, you have to go like 3 times longer or something stupid.
Yeah,
So like if you want to go for like a 4-mile run, you got to ride your bike for 12 miles or something,
yeah.
which is annoying.
Gosh, I mean, right. If you had a serious enough condition, you might not even be able to do that. You know what I mean? Think about that. If it was so severe a condition that you couldn't do stuff like that,
Wow. So yeah, what would you do then?
Ah.
Just like hang out? Maybe like get into like playing guitar?
Yeah, but I would have to do something to maintain fitness,
Yeah.
and so
You can get one of those
I'd have to find something.
arm bikes or something.
You could do something like that. I'm not even sure what they call them. Arm bike something. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, like, if you could do, if it's like a knee hip thing, maybe you could do like a rowing thing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty.
Rowing.
You can work around it, certainly. And if it's a cardiac thing, say, and we keep mentioning the knees, hips, and cardiac, it could be other conditions that prevent you from running.
Right.
But whatever you can, whatever it might be, it's just try to work around it with medical attention.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
With medical attention, I would try to work around whatever my condition was, and stay active.
You gotta stay active.
I know people come through the shop and they come in, they need a pair of shoes because they have issues with their heart attacks or other issues and surgeries, and they're actually in a cardiac rehab program.
Right.
And they're doing things to maintain their fitness.
Yeah.
Because it helps with their heart and their circulation, and so Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's just like going for a walk or something.
Right.
You know?
Maybe
Like-
you have to do it on a treadmill. Maybe you have to go on a walk, and maybe there are other cardio exercises. So I guess in the end, that's what I would do. If it was a serious condition that kept me from running, I would go through I would get it out. If I were bummed out about it, I'd get it out.
How would you
Talk-
get it out?
I'd
Would
talk
you
about
scream,
it.
Go on a field?
I might go in a field and scream. Yeah, primal scream. No, I do talk about it. Talk with people. Talk about it with people.
Yeah.
Talk to your spouse. Talk to your friends, and just tell them how much it sucks. But you need to get it out, and get it out, and then start thinking about other things that you can do, and just think about the fact that you're still alive.
Right.
And it's not the end of the world, and there are other things that you can do to stay fit and healthy, and there are people who can help you through,
That's true.
So, friends, family, medical professionals. So.
Yeah. Would you still try to like stay in touch with the running community?
I would definitely do that. Of course.
It wouldn't like make you super sad that you couldn't run?
I mean, it might for a bit, but I would stay connected. There's a lot of you just staying connected and engaged is good. I think physically, for your physical health and your mental health, I think that'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
Staying connected. Going to races. Going to weekly run. The weekly run clubs.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be something that I would try to do too. Is try to like make sure that I stay connected to all these like people that I've been in touch with.
Yeah.
And become friends with, because I think that would help. That would kind of help me get through the awfulness of it.
All of your friends to help you through, and don't isolate yourself. Just stay connected, stay engaged, because you can do a lot of things. You can do you can volunteer at races. You can coach and
live vicariously.
Live vicariously. Help fellow runners. Struggling through, cheering them on, number one, but struggling through like injuries, encouraging young runners to keep doing it. So being positive, being a member of the, staying a member of the community. I think it's a good thing.
I agree.
So yeah.
I agree. Do you have anything else on this topic, Ray?
Probably talk about this for hours. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna talk about rowing, man. Rowing's like a really good workout.
Yeah.
Rowing and swimming. You think about running as being like this awesome thing, awesome workout, but those things are like, they work your whole body, man.
Yep. Rowing works every part of your body, and it's good. You could do it there are really cool rowing machines out there, and then actually
You can get in
getting out there,
boat.
and getting on a boat, and getting on a river or a lake. It's cool.
How cool would that be?
Very, very cool. I mean, I think it's neat. I know some rowers.
There's some rowing clubs around this area that are kind of cool.
Yep, I hear
You
about
go and
them.
you get part of a team or something.
You become part of the team.
Yeah, get the
Yep.
guy in the back of the boat screaming
Yeah,
at you.
that's right. Everyone's working together. It's great exercise. Being outdoors is you get nature, and it's cool. And those people are super fit.
Dude, some of the fittest people I've ever seen
Yep.
in my life.
Yeah.
You got the shoulders going, the back,
Arms,
core,
chest.
legs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable
So.
how fit those people are. It's crazy. But yeah, rowing is something I would definitely look into if I were injured for like a long period of time and I needed something to replace it, because it's not really high impact, and it is a total body workout, and you still get like that rhythmic, repetitive thing that you need,
Yeah.
and you get the team aspect if you join like a rowing club, which is kind of fun. And yeah, that would be something I would be interested in.
Cool.
Becoming a rower.
Yeah, I think I'd think about that too.
I get on the row machine at the gym, just like the weight one where you like lifting weights.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I might need to start doing that myself. Work out some different muscles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You gotta get those arms going. Some seps.
Build on my steps.
You gotta build those seps up, man. That's the key. Well, not for runners, but whatever.
Yeah,
It's the key to looking cool at the beach, though.
I know.
Because we all know that's your ultimate.
That's my big goal. You know what I mean? I want to look cool on a beach. That's what that's why I run. That's why I do some core work, so I can good on the beach.
That's it.
Yeah,
Get the speedo going and
that's right.
and good to go.
Oh yeah.
Although we do run in like 3-inch split shorts, which are
Yeah. So speedos.
essentially
It's an easy
they're
jump for
essentially
those.
speedos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same thing. Same thing. Are there any other activities or exercises you would think about doing if you couldn't run?
I mean, I'd really probably get into hiking. Yep.
Hiking would be good.
If I could, I mean, if I were healthy enough to do that, even I could see myself doing that. There's certainly less impact. Yeah,
I hear
do that.
cross country skiing
Ooh, that would be great.
is a good one. Like
Yeah.
it's really.
I like cross country skiing a lot. I
There's
have
a-
some cross country skis, and I'll get out there.
There's a lot of runners or a lot of skiers who have transitioned to running, and vice versa. I think.
Yep.
I know that really fast guy Ben True. He used to be really good at cross country skiing,
Yeah.
and then he moved over to running.
Scott Jurek was the same way. He was a Nordic skier, competitive Nordic skier for a long time
Yeah,
before he got into ultra running. So yeah,
it's a good.
Those are super fit
It gets
people.
yeah. I mean, they got some VO2 maxes, man. They're
Yeah.
like next level stuff.
yep. And they're
Yeah.
like muscular.
Yeah, that's another one that works like your whole body. You're using the arms with the poles.
Absolutely.
You got the skis going.
Yep.
It's another one that's a good total body workout.
Yeah.
So cross country skiing. It's probably similar to the cross track.
Yeah, exactly. I get into snowshoeing too.
Snowshoeing would be fun.
Yeah. But I'd get into snowshoeing, but I would also have snowshoeing. I would use poles as well. You know, you don't have as much impact with that, but it's like, you know, you can get a nice full body workout.
They get your quads burning real bad.
Yeah.
Have you ever snowshoed before?
Oh yeah, I own a couple pairs of snowshoes and poles. I love them. Yeah, I have those, and yeah, my cross country ski package, and so yeah, I've done lots of snowshoeing. I love it.
You should do a podcast on snowshoeing.
We could do that.
I'll just let you fly solo on that.
I'll just talk, and you can say mm-hmm every once in a while.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Snowshoeing's
What
the
is
best.
that like? Oh, it's really cool. Really? So, yeah.
Do that.
So,
All right, snowshoeing. That sounds like fun. But it's something you can only do in certain times of the year.
exactly. And sometimes in certain places,
You know?
you know. So.
They should have a they have like cross country machines at the gym. They should have a snowshoe.
Snowshoeing machine.
Would it be similar to like one of those stair steppers,
I bet you would.
like where it's the same muscle groups?
I think so. And it's sort of like you'd have that sensation of like stepping into snow.
That would be.
You got a fake powdered snow.
That'd be ridiculous.
You could do it, I would be. But you'd be in sort of like a shower stall. And then there would be like even snow falling down on top of you. So you get that kind of cascading snow.
It's like, and maybe they could do it with one of those video screens like on the bikes.
That would be really, really
And
cool.
then
They could have like little tiny like fans that blow cool air in your face.
that sounds like a blast.
Oh yeah, we should invent something like that.
Totally.
It hasn't been invented already.
No, I think we're on to something, my friend. I think we're on to something.
Really.
Oh, I think we gotta wrap it up.
I think we
Is
do. Yeah, 'cause duty calls.
Fortunately. That was fun though.
It was a lot of fun. It was good. It's good to
Kind
be
of a
back.
bummer, kind of a bummer of a topic,
Well, yeah, but
but valuable.
valuable.
You know, we give you some tips on how you can, get over those injury blues.
Yep.
Get out there and do something.
Yeah, you got to get out there and do something, and just we're also like, even just thinking hypothetically about what if you couldn't do it.
Right.
And many people go through that. Many people I know have been through it, and you've got to kind of pick yourself up,
Right.
get through it. It's tough. It's not easy. You got to kind of acknowledge it, but pick yourself up and find something else. And you've got friends and family to help you through it. To find out something else to keep yourself fit, physically, mentally, because it's not the end of the world, right?
Right.
So you can work your way through it.
You can. You can get through anything.
You
man.
can get through anything, right?
Yeah, you're tough. You're tough.
Right.
All right, cool. So, do you have any thoughts on what we're going to talk about next week?
I do. But,
What do you think?
but I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh wow, you're gonna.
I'm gonna keep everyone else hanging
Oh,
out there.
I like
you know?
it. Keeping
Yeah.
me hanging too.
Yep, I'm keeping
But
you
that's
hanging
a good
too.
idea.
So
So
what we'll do is next time around we'll come and I'll just start in and just
It'll just be
hit you
out.
with
Just
the
be
topic.
like out.
We could do that too.
That'll be fun.
Or maybe not. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit. I'll let you know about what we think we're gonna talk about. Throw out some ideas.
Sounds good.
We'll have something for you.
Well, next week we'll be old enough to drink.
Yes. Oh yeah. 21.
So this is episode 20. We'll wrap it up. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's good to be back, man.